just a little bit more about governance, because this is another major trend that's been happening over the past few years, but it's become increasingly important over the last year. The idea of governance, risk management, and compliance, GRC. It's very important for various reasons. First, if you're going to implement zero trust, you don't just start it by putting new technologies in. You have to start from a policy perspective and from a governance perspective. That's just essential. The other thing is that organizations increasingly are being asked to help improve privacy. They also have to adhere to laws. They have to conform to laws and to comply with various security standards. More about that in a minute. But we're also seeing organizations, as they are being asked, especially large organizations, they're being asked to prove their environmental responsibility, their social responsibility having to do with diversity and inclusion, but also governance. That's governance having to do with compliance. We've noticed that over the last 10 years that organizations started with saying, well, yeah, we have security workers as part of our IT team. Then those ideas kind of separated into two different departments, or at least two different concerns: the people who provide the infrastructure and then the people who secure it. But what we've seen increasingly is that the infrastructure workers, the cybersecurity workers, and now the people who do the management, the governance of it. And this is very important because organizations increasingly are being asked worldwide, but of course in the United States too, to comply to various laws. In the United States, I was talking recently to an organization that does a lot of business with Europe, so they follow GDPR standards. In California, there are so many businesses that follow California standards. They follow them. There are national standards in the United States, NIST cybersecurity framework, for example. There are international standards such as the ISO 27001 or PCI DCSS credit cards. It's very important to consider governance and compliance along with those, because these things help implement not only privacy, but zero trust. Because if we have constant monitoring and evaluation and automated adaptation, the other element, though, is it's an implementation of policy. And moving forward, what we're going to see with zero trust is not so much zero trust workers. It's just going to become part of the typical network architecture. It's going to become a typical security implementation. It will become part of existing job roles. So zero trust will become very much a journey. It's a network architecture. It's a cultural change. It takes time. Months and years. It took Google about 7 years to move into that. Now, they were at the beginning, kind of the cutting edge of zero trust, but I've been working with government workers in the United States, for example, and they've been project managing their way into implementing zero trust. And so project management is a very important element of it.